My dearest beloved soul, Archangel Michael is here, and listen, I'm not just speaking. I'm begging you with everything left in me. This moment, this second, is not ordinary, it's divine. You are not reading this by accident. The truth is, someone from your family, someone who has already crossed over into the arms of heaven, is trying so hard to reach you right now. They've been whispering your name for days, but today they cried it out loud. And that's when heaven allowed me to step in, because there's something urgent, something hidden, something buried. And it has to do with money with your name written on it. You don't know this yet, but your name is tied to a blessing you've been praying for. A financial miracle, something that was once locked away, hidden from your knowledge and forgotten by time. But someone in your family, the one who still watches you from heaven's balcony every night, they know, and they are screaming from the skies right now. Tell them before it's too late. That's why I, Michael, am here. I was sent with fire in my wings and urgency in my voice to deliver this before the clock runs out. Heaven waited until today, and child, the reason is chilling. Your family member didn't want this money to go to the wrong person. That's why they kept it a secret when they were alive. But now they're finally ready, and they've chosen you. Only you. Not your cousin, not your uncle, not your siblings. You, because you have a good heart and heaven has seen your silent suffering. And the message they gave me is this: tell them where it is. Tell them the truth. Tell them now before the door closes forever. That's why if you skip this message now, the one who loves you in heaven will fall to their knees in pain, because they know this might be their last chance to reach you. You might be wondering, why now? Why you? And the answer is simple. Because you've earned it. You fought battles in silence. You've been betrayed quietly. You've cried in bathrooms, smiled in front of mirrors, and kept going when your whole world was crumbling. Heaven saw all of it, and now they're ready to reward you. But beloved, you have to stay with me. Don't scroll past this. Don't treat it like just another message, because it's not. This is your turning point. This is the moment where everything in your life begins to shift, if you're brave enough to hear the rest. And before I go deeper, wait. Just promise me something, please. If you feel even the smallest tug in your heart, the faintest whisper that says this might be real, then don't ignore it. You've ignored signs before, but not this time. Heaven's patience is love, but even love has a final hour, and you are standing in the final hour now. Breathe, listen, and stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will shake your soul. Glowing star sparkles. Before we go further, I'm only allowed to reveal this secret to those chosen souls who don't skip. So if you're feeling something divine right now, pause and subscribe to the voice of the heavens below. This message is not for everyone. It's only for those who were handpicked by angels. Archangel Michael will protect your name from the evil one, and you'll never miss another message that was meant to change your life. Love letter sparkles. Now let's talk about the hidden truth. There's something you don't know about your home, your land, or the place where your family once lived. Someone, maybe your grandmother, maybe your father, maybe even a sibling, left behind something that was never spoken of. They didn't trust anyone enough to say it out loud. But now, from the other side, they trust you, and they are finally ready to tell the truth. Do you know how many times this soul has circled your dreams trying to say it? Do you know how many times they whispered in your ears while you slept? The problem is, you kept thinking it was just a dream, but it wasn't. It was them. They showed me something when I closed my eyes in prayer. I saw a box, not an ordinary box, an old one wrapped in a cloth, and there was a name written on it. Your name. And the number 2 appeared 3 times. I don't fully understand it yet, but what I do know is that this box carries something financial, something powerful, and something that someone tried to hide. And now it's yours. But wait, before I tell you more, you need to understand this. If you ignore this message today, this exact opportunity will never return. Heaven gives warnings before storms, but they also give whispers before blessings. This is not a storm. This is a whisper, a holy whisper from the soul of your loved one, begging you not to turn your back again. They've been crying, literally crying, and I've never seen a soul in heaven weep so loudly because they believe in you, and they can't stand watching you suffer anymore while the answer to your struggle is buried just beneath your feet. Have you ever felt like you're being watched when you're alone? That strange chill, that soft feather on your arm, that flickering light in your room, that wasn't your imagination. That was them. Trying, reaching, hoping, because they didn't want to leave this world without helping you. But now they know this is the moment you must hear it. So I'll ask you with love as Archangel Michael, please don't skip. The message you're reading is not on your screen. It's written on your soul. And that money, that secret, that miracle, it's real. You may be wondering where exactly this hidden money is. That's the part they're revealing slowly. In dreams, signs, and feelings, you might get a strange pull toward an old drawer. You might find a letter with a name that doesn't make sense, or you might see a number, maybe 2122 or 717, repeated everywhere. Don't ignore it, because those are not coincidences. Those are coordinates, keys, spiritual hints placed carefully by your family in heaven to guide you to the truth. If you pay attention, everything will unfold like a treasure map, but if you ignore it, it all fades again. I can feel your energy right now. Your heart is beating faster. Your eyes are widening. You're starting to remember things that once felt small but now seem divine. That's not imagination. That's your soul awakening. And let me tell you something. When your soul wakes up, money can't hide from you anymore because it starts following you. Miracles begin chasing you, and everything that was once stolen or delayed comes back to you with divine interest. That's what's about to happen, but only if you allow this message to breathe through you. Heaven is testing your attention, not your perfection. They don't care if you've made mistakes. They don't care if you've sinned or failed or doubted. They only care that you still believe, even if it's just a little, even if it's just a whisper. That's enough. That's what called me here today, not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. And now you're about to be shown the reward of every silent battle you've ever fought. Good, because Archangel Michael hasn't finished, and your family in heaven is still watching right now, in this very moment, as you read this with trembling hands and curious eyes. They know you're almost ready, but almost isn't enough in heaven's timing. You must choose, because what I'm about to say next will either change everything for you or be lost forever if you walk away. I can feel your energy right now. Your heart is beating faster. Your eyes are widening. You're starting to remember things that once felt small but now seem divine. That's not imagination. That's your soul awakening. And let me tell you something. When your soul wakes up, money can't hide from you anymore because it starts following you. Miracles begin chasing you, and everything that was once stolen or delayed comes back to you with divine interest. That's what's about to happen, but only if you allow this message to breathe through you. Heaven is testing your attention, not your perfection. They don't care if you've made mistakes. They don't care if you've sinned or failed or doubted. They only care that you still believe, even if it's just a little, even if it's just a whisper. That's enough. That's what called me here today, not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. And now you're about to be shown the reward of every silent battle you've ever fought. Good, because Archangel Michael hasn't finished, and your family in heaven is still watching right now, in this very moment, as you read this with trembling hands and curious eyes. They know you're almost ready, but almost isn't enough in heaven's timing. You must choose, because what I'm about to say next will either change everything for you or be lost forever if you walk away. Listen, child. Do you remember a conversation you overheard long ago, maybe between elders, whispered and half forgotten? Maybe you were too young to understand, but it stayed in the corner of your memory. A story about land, a missing will, a letter no one could find. Heaven just confirmed it was real, and it has everything to do with the money that is meant for you. That's the exact story your loved one wanted me to uncover. They said to me, Michael, they forgot the old truth, but my child deserves to know it now. There is a name tied to this, a name you haven't thought about in a while. It could be a grandmother, a great uncle, a parent who left too soon, or even a sibling who never got the chance to speak the truth before their time ended. That soul has not rested in peace, not because of pain or fear, but because their mission was incomplete, and that mission was you. They kept a secret all their life, thinking they would one day reveal it, but death came first, And now heaven has handed the responsibility over to me, Michael, to deliver it to you. Will you listen? I've seen the place. I saw a room dimly lit, wooden floorboards. Something was hidden beneath or behind it. There was a small shelf and something metallic clinked behind it. I don't know whose house it was, but I saw an old photo frame, cracked glass, and a woman with tears in her eyes. She was smiling, but her eyes were crying. She wanted you to know she never got to say goodbye, but now she's trying to say hello again through this blessing. Don't be afraid of money, my child. You've been taught to fear it or to feel guilty when it shows up, but money is simply energy, like light, like breath, like love. And when heaven decides it's your time to receive it, nothing on earth can block it unless you close your heart. Right now, that energy is circling you, trying to flow toward you. And this hidden inheritance, yes, I said inheritance, was delayed not by man but by divine timing. Now that timing has finally arrived. That's why your spirit has been feeling unsettled lately. That's why you've been having strange dreams. You weren't losing your mind. You were remembering your divine alignment. Look around you lately. You've noticed signs. Random coins on the floor, repeating numbers on your phone, birds sitting near your window longer than usual. These are not cute moments. They are warnings, gentle ones, and heaven's final attempt to wake you up before the moment passes. You are running out of time, not in a scary way, but in a sacred one, because after this window closes, the opportunity will go to someone else. The money will be redirected, and your name will be erased from the scroll it was written on. That's not what your family in heaven wants. That's not what I want. And I know deep down it's not what you want. So breathe, look inward, and promise yourself this: I won't skip again. I won't let fear silence heaven's voice. Say it out loud if you must, because the moment you decide you're ready, heaven will move the mountains for you. They will bring you the right people, the right documents, the right key, and you won't even have to chase it. The miracle will chase you. Let me give you another clue. I saw the number 7 written in chalk near the back of a door in the vision I received. That number means something. It might be a date, a locker, a house number, even a street or a part of a PIN code. It's not random. Keep your eyes open. In the next 48 hours, you'll come across that number again. When you do, stop. Look around. Something divine will happen in that moment, but only if you believe, only if you're paying attention. Because, child, this is not a dream. This is real. Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, why is everything delayed for me? The love, the money, the answers. It's because your timeline is sacred. Heaven didn't want to give you things too early because people around you weren't ready for your light. If you had received your blessing too soon, it would have attracted snakes. But now the time is different. Now the light inside you has grown stronger than the darkness that once surrounded you. Now you are finally ready to be told what was kept hidden all along. That money, it's not just currency. It's a symbol, a sign that the struggle chapter is ending. And your name, yes, your name, has just been etched into heaven's book of release. Archangel Gabriel stood beside me last night and said, "Michael, it's time. Let them know. Let them choose." So I'm here and I won't beg, but I will warn. Don't delay, don't scroll away, because your loved one's spirit is standing behind me right now, whispering your name, hoping this is the moment you finally open your heart wide enough to receive. Child of light, let this be the day you stopped saying maybe later and finally said yes to heaven, yes to the inheritance that was promised, yes to the life that was delayed, yes to the money that was protected, yes to the blessing that was buried. Because when you say yes, angels are released, doors open, and miracles come flying in. Yes, let's go deeper because the most powerful part of this message is still waiting. Your loved one in heaven, yes, the one you're thinking about right now, is standing behind this very moment like a door left ajar. They've been waiting for you to finally believe that something this extraordinary could happen to someone like you. And the truth is, it can, it will, but only if you keep listening. They showed me more, beloved. I saw your name glowing in gold light, not printed, not carved, but etched by angels. And I heard a voice, gentle, tired, emotional. It whispered, "Please tell them." I was going to tell them before I died, but the moment never came, so I buried it instead. I thought I'd have time, but I didn't. That's what they said to me. And now you are the only one who can hear their final message. If you walk away now, you'll silence a voice that has been aching to speak since the day they left this world. Child of light, let this be the day you stopped saying maybe later and finally said yes to heaven, yes to the inheritance that was promised, yes to the life that was delayed, yes to the money that was protected, yes to the blessing that was buried. Because when you say yes, angels are released, doors open, and miracles come flying in. Yes, let's go deeper because the most powerful part of this message is still waiting. Your loved one in heaven, yes, the one you're thinking about right now, is standing behind this very moment like a door left ajar. They've been waiting for you to finally believe that something this extraordinary could happen to someone like you. And the truth is, it can, it will, but only if you keep listening. They showed me more, beloved. I saw your name glowing in gold light, not printed, not carved, but etched by angels. And I heard a voice, gentle, tired, emotional. It whispered, "Please tell them." I was going to tell them before I died, but the moment never came, so I buried it instead. I thought I'd have time, but I didn't. That's what they said to me. And now you are the only one who can hear their final message. If you walk away now, you'll silence a voice that has been aching to speak since the day they left this world. The secret they're trying to share, it's about money, yes, but it's not just money. It's a legacy, It's protection. It's their final act of love. They saved this for you because they trusted you. Even from the other side, their soul believes you'll do the right thing with it, that you won't let it rot in the hands of those who never respected them. This was meant to free you, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually. It was their way of saying, even though I'm gone, I still love you enough to bless you now. And here's the miracle no one else will tell you. This hidden inheritance is not just physical, it's also energetic. You've been blocked for years, emotionally stuck, financially restricted, spiritually confused. And that's because this message was sealed, waiting for this moment to be unlocked. That's why you've been feeling like you're stuck in a loop lately. The breakthrough was paused until this message arrived. But now that you've heard it, now that you've opened your heart to this, everything is about to change. You'll notice unexpected money show up, maybe a refund, a gift, an increase, or a check you forgot. Someone will mention an old name or property. A call might come about a legal paper. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Your prayer is finally, truly answered. Prepare to be amazed. You've heard about the incredible 77-letter invocation prayer, right? Well, the moment you've been waiting for has finally arrived. Last year, a discovery shook the world. An ancient 77-letter invocation prayer hidden beneath a 2,000-year-old wall. This prayer is no ordinary supplication. It's a direct request, a manifestation tool like no other. Today, your prayers are answered. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Download the 77-letter invocation prayer right here and witness the undeniable proof of its miraculous power. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. These are not coincidences. These are divine dominoes falling into place, one by one, because you listened. And child, the reason I'm still speaking is because you haven't skipped yet. You're still here, and that proves something very important to heaven. You're ready. Ready to step into the miracle that has your soul's signature all over it. Ready to carry the love of your ancestor, the one who believed in you even when others doubted. Ready to finally walk into a future where you don't just survive, you thrive. Do you want to know what they told me to tell you? These were their exact words. They will find a clue inside something old, a drawer, a journal, a box. But it will be wrapped in silence. It will not scream, it will only whisper. They must be still enough to hear it. And then they showed me a house key, old, rusted, but strong, and behind it a number, 10. This could be a date, a floor, an address, or even a number of years that have passed since they transitioned. Whatever it is tied to the money. You may already feel something rising within you, like a heat in your chest, a sense that something invisible is finally turning its face toward you. That's the angelic wind. That's the power of divine truth breathing life into your path. And the closer you get to this truth, the more the world around you will try to distract you. That's how you know it's real. Darkness tries hardest when you're nearing the light. Let me tell you this, and I say it with love and protection. Someone near you doesn't want you to find this. There is a person who would be furious if they knew you were chosen to receive what's been hidden. This person may have been close to the one in heaven who left the message. They may have pretended to care, but their heart was always on control, greed, power. That's why your loved one never told them. That's why they're telling you. Because you're different. You're pure, and heaven always honors purity. They know you won't misuse this blessing. They know you'll use it to lift others, to secure your future, to heal the pain you've carried in silence. That's why heaven waited until now, because now you're spiritually strong enough to carry this inheritance without losing your light. But you must move soon. In 3 days, yes, 3 earthly days, you'll encounter something small that doesn't feel important, but it will be the clue. A name, a letter, a date, a location. Write it down. Listen to it. Don't ignore it, because that is the final bridge between this message and the physical blessing your soul already owns. And before I say more, let me whisper this. Dizzy, you didn't open this message today by accident. You opened it because your soul is finally ready. And if you're still reading, it means heaven chose you to unlock this miracle. Subscribe to the divine right now and don't miss another soul message sent directly for your spirit. Your name is known in heaven. Protect it, guard it, follow it. Dizzy. Now let me tell you one more thing, something I don't usually reveal so early. The moment you decide to open your heart completely to this message, a ripple will start. You may feel lightheaded, you may feel warmth in your hands, some even cry. That's not emotion, that's activation. It means the lock has been turned. The secret vault your loved one in heaven stored has begun to release, and what follows will be shocking. People who once ignored you will suddenly reach out. Money that once slipped away will start flowing toward you. Opportunities will arrive like rain in the desert, and you'll find yourself saying, "Why now?" The answer is simple. Because now is the first time you truly listened. Heaven needed your attention, and now that you've given it, they will give you everything. But child, we're not finished. There is still more. There is one last test, a final decision that must be made. And your loved one in heaven, they are watching from above to see if you pass. Would you like me to continue the final part of the message? The one that reveals exactly what happens in the next 3 days and how you can unlock the exact location of the hidden blessing. Yes, I will continue because this part is the most sacred, the most fragile, the most divine. Archangel Michael stands beside your spirit now, not behind you, not ahead of you, but right beside your soul, hand on your shoulder, whispering, "Please don't miss this. Please don't stop reading. You are closer than you've ever been. Your loved one in heaven is weeping again, but these aren't just tears of sorrow. These are tears of hope because, for the first time in years, your soul is listening. You're allowing the truth to sink in. And in heaven, when one chosen soul finally receives a divine message fully, the stars realign, destinies shift, roads once blocked are cleared. Now here is the final test, the most important part of this message. But child, we're not finished. There is still more. There is one last test, a final decision that must be made, and your loved one in heaven, they are watching from above to see if you pass. Would you like me to continue the final part of the message? The one that reveals exactly what happens in the next 3 days, and how you can unlock the exact location of the hidden blessing. Yes, I will continue because this part is the most sacred, the most fragile, the most divine. Archangel Michael stands beside your spirit now, not behind you, not ahead of you, but right beside your soul, hand on your shoulder, whispering, "Please don't miss this. Please don't stop reading. You are closer than you've ever been. Your loved one in heaven is weeping again, but these aren't just tears of sorrow. These are tears of hope because, for the first time in years, your soul is listening. You're allowing the truth to sink in. And in heaven, when one chosen soul finally receives a divine message fully, the stars realign, destinies shift, roads once blocked are cleared. Now here is the final test, the most important part of this message. In the next 3 days, something that looks very small will happen. It may look like someone handing you an envelope, or mentioning a name you haven't heard in years, or maybe you'll see a document while cleaning, something your mind would normally ignore. But this time you must pay attention. This tiny sign will contain the first visible key to the inheritance, the hidden money, the blessing your loved one died with. You may feel disbelief. You may say, how can something so divine be tied to something so simple? But that's how heaven works. They hide miracles in the quietest places, in forgotten letters, in locked drawers, in old bank slips, behind shelves, in boxes that have sat untouched for decades. That's why your attention in these next 72 hours is crucial, because if you miss it, you miss the door. The angels won't take the blessing back, but they will delay it until you're fully ready again. And right now, you are ready. Don't let the window close. Your loved one wants you to remember this phrase. Repeat it quietly now if you can. What was hidden from me will now be revealed through me. Let those words enter your spirit because they carry the exact vibration needed to unlock the spiritual vault. Say it again. What was hidden from me will now be revealed through me. Now let me share something I've been holding. I didn't want to overwhelm you earlier, but now that your heart is open, I must tell you. This hidden money, it's connected to your purpose. This isn't just about bills or gifts or a sudden windfall. This is spiritual funding. Your soul came into this life with a mission, a divine one, to heal, to help, to build something bigger than yourself. But you've been held back, not because you're unworthy, but because heaven was waiting for the perfect moment, the moment where your spirit and your miracle finally align. That moment is now. And here's the miracle that your loved one wants me to share. They protected this money from others. People tried to steal it, fight for it, rewrite papers, manipulate, but somehow, miraculously, it stayed safe. Why? Because the soul who left this message for you refused to let it fall into the wrong hands. They loved you that much. Even when they couldn't say it on earth, they protected you behind the scenes, and heaven witnessed every act of love they did silently. That's why I was sent to reveal this today, because their soul has earned the right to speak through me now, and your soul has earned the right to receive it. You will start to notice strange alignments after today. A conversation you thought was meaningless will circle back with deep importance. A name you forgot will return. You'll hear whispers in your dreams. Your hands may even begin to tingle when you're near certain objects. Follow that energy because heaven is mapping your miracle with divine precision. Let me give you a vision they showed me. I saw a white envelope with your name, your full name, written in handwriting that is no longer alive on earth. It was hidden beneath clothing or inside a book, something unexpected, and inside a key. Not metaphorical, literal. A key with a small number tag, possibly to a locker, a trunk, or a property door. If this image stirs something inside you, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, where could that key be? Whose handwriting was that? You already know. The memory is buried, but your soul recognizes it. Now I must tell you the final part, and it will feel emotional. Your loved one said this to me, word for word. Tell them if they listen, I will appear in their dream. I will give them one final sign, but only if they finish reading and open their heart. So tonight or within 3 nights, watch your dreams. You will either hear a name, see a date, or wake up with an unshakable knowing. That is them. That is their final act of love, their goodbye, their apology, their secret gift. And when it happens, light a candle, whisper their name, and say, I heard you, I believe you, and I accept the blessing. Do this alone. No one else is meant to witness this. This miracle is private, sacred, just between you, heaven, and the one who still loves you from beyond. Child, I know this was long, but it needed to be because the truth is deep and the blessing is massive. You weren't just chosen for this message. You were prepared for it. Heaven saw you before you were born, and they said, when the time is right, we'll send Michael. And now here I am. Because that time is today, do not forget this. Do not ignore this. Do not silence your knowing, because Archangel Michael has only one final instruction for you now. In the next 72 hours, be quiet. Watch, listen, speak less, feel more. And when the moment arrives, when you feel that tug or that dream or that object that calls you, act. Do not wait, because that is the moment heaven opens and the miracle that your loved one sealed with their final breath will finally become yours. Dove, and if you have felt even one single tear, one single spark, or one single flutter of truth in this message, do not leave without subscribing to this channel of divine protection. This space was created for you, and there are more messages waiting, more miracles meant to follow, and more guidance from Archangel Michael on its way. Let heaven speak to you again. Click below and stay connected. You've already come this far. Don't go back to sleep now. Dove. Yes, beloved, I will continue, because even now, as this message unfolds like wings over your spirit, something divine is still reaching for you. Archangel Michael stands watch beside your soul, and the one in heaven, the one whose heart still aches with unfinished love, is not done speaking. They waited too long, loved too silently, and trusted the divine to deliver this final act through me, through this moment, through you. So now let me tell you what happens after the dream, because yes, you will dream. It may be subtle, a whisper, a glowing figure, an old room, a number, a smell, a color you haven't seen in years, but it will be real. Heaven does not play with emotion when they send a message like this. They intend for it to be heard. So when you wake up from that dream, don't dismiss it. Write it down. Speak it softly, even if you don't fully understand it in the moment. It will make sense later. Dove. And if you have felt even one single tear, one single spark, or one single flutter of truth in this message, do not leave without subscribing to this channel of divine protection. This space was created for you, and there are more messages waiting, more miracles meant to follow, and more guidance from Archangel Michael on its way. Let heaven speak to you again. Click below and stay connected. You've already come this far. Don't go back to sleep now. Dove. Yes, beloved, I will continue, because even now, as this message unfolds like wings over your spirit, something divine is still reaching for you. Archangel Michael stands watch beside your soul, and the one in heaven, the one whose heart still aches with unfinished love, is not done speaking. They waited too long, loved too silently, and trusted the divine to deliver this final act through me, through this moment, through you. So now let me tell you what happens after the dream, because yes, you will dream. It may be subtle, a whisper, a glowing figure, an old room, a number, a smell, a color you haven't seen in years, but it will be real. Heaven does not play with emotion when they send a message like this. They intend for it to be heard. So when you wake up from that dream, don't dismiss it. Write it down. Speak it softly, even if you don't fully understand it in the moment. It will make sense later. Your loved one, your soul's witness in heaven, asked me to give you something else, a sacred truth, something they held tightly until their very last breath, something they couldn't say in life. And that truth is this: they always believed in you. Even when you were lost, even when you were angry, even when you walked away from family, from God, from faith, they never stopped watching over you. And in the silence of the spirit world, they whispered your name so many times that heaven carved it into the light. And now all of heaven knows who you are, not because you were perfect, but because you are pure, and the pure-hearted are always the ones chosen for the most hidden miracles. There is something I must warn you about now. I say this not to frighten you, but to protect you. Once this inheritance energy begins to flow, once the hidden blessing begins to show itself in the physical world, people around you will begin to shift. Some will become suddenly sweet, others strangely distant. Don't be confused. This is simply heaven's way of separating what cannot go with you into the next chapter. You're not just receiving money. You're receiving freedom, and not everyone around you can handle your freedom. Some people loved you when you were silent, small, struggling. But now that you're rising, now that heaven is returning what was stolen, they will reveal their true hearts. Let them. Let everything false fall away, because you're not going back, not ever. And now, the final message your loved one asked me to pass to you, the one that made even the angels weep. They said, "Tell them." I was afraid to speak the truth when I was alive, but now that I'm gone, I want them to know I saw everything. The pain, the betrayal, the quiet strength. I was proud of them, and if they're reading this now, that means they didn't give up, and I'm so proud. The money is just a symbol, but the love, that's eternal. I'm still with you. I never left. And with that, I felt a warmth wash over me. Your name surrounded by golden feathers, a room full of light, a signature glowing on a piece of parchment. It is done. Heaven has approved it. The blessing is moving. It will not delay any longer unless you choose to ignore it. But I don't believe you will. You've come too far. You've stayed with me through every word. That alone proves that you are not like everyone else. You were chosen. And before this closes, listen. If at any moment in the coming days your heart feels heavy or confused or uncertain, remember this truth. You were remembered by someone who died. You were chosen by someone who loved you when they couldn't say it out loud. You were protected by someone who couldn't protect themselves. And now you're being blessed beyond your imagination. Archangel Michael, with sword in hand and wings wrapped around your destiny, has declared this miracle sealed, and no human hand can reverse what heaven has approved. No legal error, no relative's greed, no worldly doubt, nothing can stop what has now begun. It is yours. It has always been yours. But one final thing, you must walk through this miracle quietly. Don't tell everyone. Don't announce it too early. Let the blessing settle. Let it bloom without noise. Your loved one said, tell them not to speak too soon because the enemy listens, and this is only for them. So carry this in your spirit. Guard it, protect it, and let it unfold like petals, one divine layer at a time. And beloved, I leave you with this prayer. Whisper it if it touches you. It was given by your loved one through the angels for you. Dear heaven, I receive what was hidden. I open my soul to what is mine. Let every secret come to light. Let every delay turn to destiny. Let every tear become a blessing. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Their prayers are answered 95% of the time. Stop what you're doing, because a guy has just turned the manifestation world upside down. He's showing that there's a reason people have been praying to the gods for 50,000 years. He's showing there's more to prayer than you think. And if you know the right prayers and say them at the right time with the right intention, you wouldn't believe what is possible. In truth, when you master this stuff, you can get most any prayer answered the same day, no matter how ridiculous it seems. Get the secret right here. The actor and former professional wrestler, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, has spoken about the role of prayer in his life and career. He has credited his spiritual practices, including prayer, for helping him stay focused, grounded, and motivated. Academy Award-winning actor Denzel Washington has publicly discussed his reliance on prayer and his strong faith. He has mentioned that prayer has played a significant role in his personal and professional life. What do these superstars know about prayer that you do? Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Find out here. Media mogul Oprah Winfrey has acknowledged the importance of prayer in her life. She has mentioned that prayer has provided her with guidance, strength, and a sense of purpose, contributing to her success in the media industry. Why aren't you on the prayer bandwagon? Is it because you're not religious? No worries, it doesn't matter. In this system, being religious doesn't make a bit of difference. These prayers have that kind of power. This video will prove it to you. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Let this money arrive not just to free me, but to lift others. I will not fear. I will not doubt, because now I know I was always meant to find this message. Amen. Glowing star. And if this message stirred your soul, if your hands tingled, if your eyes filled with tears, if your chest felt like something old finally cracked open, don't leave without subscribing, because Archangel Michael isn't done. There are more secrets, more angel messages, more divine instructions waiting just for you. And if you skip now, you may miss the next key. Subscribe below, protect your spirit, and stay in alignment with the voice of heaven. Glowing star. Yes, I will continue because something sacred is still flowing. You see, when a divine message is fully received, heaven doesn't stop. It builds like a river finally released after years behind a dam. You're not just at the end of a message. You're standing at the edge of a miracle, a shift, A revelation that was delayed for years but has now been cleared by heaven. You're not reading anymore, you're remembering. And what are you remembering? That you were always the one they trusted with the truth, the one who walked through fire silently while others screamed for help, the one who was overlooked, doubted, forgotten, but never by heaven, never by the one who's now standing behind this message with trembling love in their soul. And now they are showing me something. A small box, yes, again, but this time it's in someone's closet, high shelf, covered in a cloth or paper. Inside it, two objects, one that rattles, one that glows. I don't know what they are, but you will when you see them. Something deep inside you will say, this is what they meant. The sound will trigger a memory, and from that memory will come clarity. A light will turn on inside your mind, and suddenly everything that was once hidden will begin making sense. You're not just at the end of a message. You're standing at the edge of a miracle, a shift, a revelation that was delayed for years but has now been cleared by heaven. You're not reading anymore. You're remembering. And what are you remembering? That you were always the one they trusted with the truth, the one who walked through fire silently while others screamed for help, the one who was overlooked, doubted, forgotten, but never by heaven, never by the one who's now standing behind this message with trembling love in their soul. And now they are showing me something. A small box, yes, again, but this time it's in someone's closet, high shelf, covered in a cloth or paper. Inside it, two objects, one that rattles, one that glows. I don't know what they are, but you will when you see them. Something deep inside you will say, this is what they meant. The sound will trigger a memory, and from that memory will come clarity. A light will turn on inside your mind, and suddenly everything that was once hidden will begin making sense. They also showed me a book, an old one, maybe a diary or a Bible or a ledger with worn pages. Inside it, folded between pages, an envelope. This envelope has no stamp, no seal, just a handwritten note and a name. It's personal, private, meant only for you. And it may be waiting right now inside your home or somewhere you once visited and forgot. If this image stirs something in your gut, listen to it. Heaven doesn't show false pictures. They only show what's true and what's near. Now, let me give you a final warning wrapped in protection. Don't be too loud with your blessing. You may be excited, shocked, overjoyed, but remember what your loved one said. The enemy listens. There are people who will smile at your joy and secretly hope it disappears. This money, this inheritance, was not given for pride. It was given for peace, for restoration, for alignment. So carry it like a secret rose, hidden but blooming. And here's what you'll notice after this message begins to activate. Your sleep may deepen or become full of dreams. You may cry randomly, that's spiritual release. You may find people from your past suddenly return. You may be drawn to clean, to write, to move things. That's energy shifting. You may feel oddly exhausted or overly energized. That's spiritual transition. All of this is normal. All of this is divine. It means the inheritance is no longer hidden. You may also feel the urge to revisit a childhood place, a house, a street, a drawer. Follow that urge. Your loved one in heaven is guiding you. They can't speak with human words anymore, so they speak through feelings, nudges, dreams. Pay attention. Heaven is about to take your hand and lead you to what is yours. And now, this is the part where many souls give up, where they say, "That was beautiful, but maybe it wasn't real," and they go back to their routine. They ignore the signs, and the miracle returns to silence. But not you. No, you've read this far. You felt the tremble in your chest. You know this is real. So if you've ever doubted whether God could bless you with something big, this is your proof. If you've ever wondered whether someone who died still remembers you, this is your confirmation. If you've ever questioned whether all your pain had a purpose, this is your reward. Archangel Michael didn't just come to tell you a story. He came to hand you the divine blueprint for your next breakthrough. You're not supposed to struggle forever. You were always meant to inherit more. And now you know where to look, now you know what to feel, now you know what's coming. So keep your heart open, keep your space quiet, and keep your spirit ready. The next 3 days will reveal what the last 3 years tried to hide. And beloved soul, when it happens, when the inheritance arrives, when the secret is revealed, when the unexpected money flows into your hands, do one thing. Whisper to the sky, "Thank you for not forgetting me," because heaven never did. Your loved one never did. And now the universe is catching up to what was already written. Glowing star. And again, if your soul is still trembling, if your chest still feels warm, if this message felt like it was written with your name in gold, subscribe. Stay close to this divine stream. Don't walk alone anymore. There are more messages, more miracles, more truths just for you. Heaven speaks through small whispers, but only those listening can hear. And you heard it today, glowing star. Yes, I'll continue, because even when a message feels complete, heaven often saves its deepest truth for the very end. And Archangel Michael hasn't stepped away yet. No, he's still here, standing beside you, watching, protecting, whispering with such love. Don't stop now. You've come too far. What happens after this moment will decide everything. You see, this isn't just about hidden money anymore. It's about spiritual awakening, about remembering who you truly are and why they left this blessing behind for you, not someone else. Because they knew when the time came, you'd be the only one willing to listen with your soul. And that's what you're doing right now. You're not reading words, you're listening to spirit. That's rare, that's sacred, that's powerful. And because of that, I have one last revelation to give you. They showed me a letter. It wasn't just handwritten. It was written in a moment of panic, a rush. The writing is messy. Words are underlined. A sentence was scratched out. But when I looked closer, I could still read it through the lines. It said, if they find this, tell them I'm sorry. Tell them I was only trying to protect them. That sentence, that one fragile sentence, it carries the weight of years. You didn't know the full truth. You thought they left you in confusion or silence. Maybe you even blamed them. But now you see, they weren't hiding it from you. They were hiding it for you. Because they were scared, because they didn't trust the people around them, because they weren't ready. But now they are, and now you are too. The moment you open your heart and whisper, I receive this, the shift begins. And yes, you may feel tears. That's your body releasing the energy it's held for so long. That's your soul stepping into alignment with something that was always meant for you. You're not broken. You're being activated. Let me leave you with one last instruction. This one comes directly from your loved one in heaven, and it's something I don't often share unless the soul is strong enough to handle it. Go to the place where we last spoke. It may be a room, a hospital, a field, a corner of the house. Sit there in silence. I will come. Yes, they will come, not in fear, not in ghostly ways, but in light. You will feel them. Their warmth, their voice, maybe not in words, but in knowing. And when you feel that, when the chills rise or the breeze touches your cheek, say their name out loud. This will unlock the final release of the energy. The money will come, the message will complete, and their soul will rest, finally knowing their truth was delivered, that you heard it, that you believed them, that the secret didn't stay buried in shame or fear. It rose in light, in love, in you. You are their closure, and you are heaven's opening. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Jesus' abundance scandal revealed. Over 2,000 years ago, the Romans killed Jesus to cover up the biggest secret in human history. A secret that can make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. And that secret is finally being revealed today. This short video not only reveals Jesus' plan for you to tap directly into God's unlimited abundance, but also the wild story about Jesus' secret 18-year-long mission in India, an old crumbling museum in Rome, and a secret passageway containing a 33-page document from Christ himself. The best news is, you'll discover how to use your God-given manifestation powers to tap into God's unlimited supply of abundance. But I urge you to watch this video ASAP. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. There are some incredibly powerful people out there trying to have this video removed from the internet forever. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you.